Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we are going to be talking about South Park, because if you didn't know, South Park is actually airing new episodes again. They just released their second episode of the newest season of the show, and it's actually causing a little bit of controversy. Now, while this episode hasn't been really, I would say, like, hated or been something that's made the audience itself mad, it has made the people involved in the episode and made fun of in the episode extremely upset from reports that we're seeing online now, and it might be so bad that they might attempt to sue South Park over joking about them, which I think anyone can agree is a pretty ridiculous concept in the first place. So one of my favorite, if not my favorite shows of all time is South Park. I've been watching it for over half of my life now, which probably isn't, the best thing to admit that I was like 9 years old watching South Park, but this show I grew up with, right? I've grown up watching this show, and even into adulthood, I am there for every new special, every new episode. I am a South Park fanatic. And of course, over the years, there's been a lot of different dramas involving the show. Their beef with Kanye West, the Prophet Muhammad being made fun of on the show. There have been countless controversies surrounding South Park, but the most recent one is probably one of the more ridiculous ones that I've ever seen. And if this turns out to be true, and we do end up seeing these people trying to sue South Park over making fun of them, not only do I think we're going to be in for a complete blitzing in the courtroom of these people, but this might be the final nail in the coffin that ruins their reputation. So just a few days ago, the second episode of the season aired, called the Worldwide Privacy Tour, and in this episode, the main storyline revolves around Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, the former royal family for the United Kingdom or whatever. I guess over the last few years, they've been screaming about how they just want to live a normal life, right? They don't want to be royalty, they don't want to live in the royal family, and they just want their privacy and whatnot. Coincidentally, the only time I ever hear about them is when they're screaming about this. That's exactly what this episode makes fun of. Throughout the episode, they go around telling everybody how much they want their privacy while they continue to fly around on like a private jet, hang out with celebrities, post themselves everywhere, go on talk shows, and basically bring attention on themselves. It was a pretty scathing commentary about the royal family, but in particular these two. And of course, there were other subplots throughout the episode as well, revolving around Butters helping Kyle manage his brand. But this was definitely the main burn of the episode. And I have to say, I just watched it in full last night for the first time, and I enjoyed the episode. I thought it was pretty good. It was pretty funny, and it made a pretty good point. That's what's great about South Park, It's not just jokes. There's genuine social commentary in the episodes too, right? They're actually making a point about something in society. And I mean, what better point to make than these people need to just shut the fuck up, right? Well, apparently, Harry and Meghan are not as happy as everyone else about this episode coming out, and, well, there might be a potential lawsuit surrounding the portrayal of the two in this episode. So, as we saw in the dreadful Netflix docuseries, Harry, if possible, is at least a better actor than Meghan. I don't know what they're talking about, I didn't see it. But mostly in the dramatic scenes with Beyonce calling. Remember that Oscar-winning hand throw and that now infamous text from his brother William? The way he held his phone directly to his wife was pure theater. So why, when this fodder is campier than a late-night Joan Crawford movie, they can't seem to laugh at the recent lampooning of them with the cult adult comedy South Park remains a mystery. Harry and Meghan should and will be, quote, very concerned about their celebrity status in America. After being royally laughed at by the satirical cartoon, it shows really how far they have fallen. The latest episode showed the Prince and Princess of Canada, a young royal couple who are begging for privacy while drawing attention to themselves time and time again in a hilarious spoof-like way. So, I don't know, like, to speak on the reality of it, right? Does anyone really give a fuck about these people? Like, here in America especially, man. Like, do you really care about the royal family? I don't know, like, I've always heard about them growing up, and even, like, now you kind of hear about them in passing and whatnot. Like, who cares, right? It's so pointless. I don't know. I think even following this shit is stupid. But of course, they got made fun of in an episode of South Park, and well, apparently they were not totally fans. The episode is filled with cutting digs at the Sussexes, with the star of the show, Stan, branding their cartoon equivalents, the dumb prince and his stupid wife, while another character, Kyle, alright, let's not refer to him as another character, he's also a main character, complains about the private jet parked outside their home. It's beyond cruel, but again, it's also very funny, depending on your humor. Now it appears that the ginger one, along with his wife, former actress Meghan, are not quite laughing along with the rest of us. According to sources close to the ex-royals, it appears that, like so many things with Meghan and Harry, this may have legal ramifications attached. Their legal team are casting an eye over the episode to see what is wrong and what could be turned into something more sinister. This appears to be their course of action rather than laughing it off, enjoying the moment and showing the world that they get the joke and understand this is how they may be perceived and maybe maybe dare we say change? Dare we? Well, no, the duo are very unhappy with this, I'm told via a good source. And again, one wonders why. It's harmless and will easily be forgotten, just like that dreadful cartoon based on young Prince George, axed after one season. Alright, so let's talk about this, man. The possibility of legal ramifications, as this article says. What's gonna happen here? Well, if anything happens, it's gonna be Harry and Meghan attempting to sue Comedy Central or South Park Studios, trying to get them involved in this entire thing over jokes. Now, I think most, if not all of us, can agree this is going to go fucking horribly. There's no way this is gonna go good. First and foremost, the legal team that South Park, and I would say Comedy Central also, have is just ludicrous. Like, I don't think people realize, like, it has nothing to do with just some, oh, you know, we're just some jokesters, you know, we like to have a silly little goofy funny time. This is a $1 billion TV series. This is one of the most critically acclaimed, loved, and respected shows in television history. Matt Stone and Trey Parker have so much money that they could Scrooge McDuck dive into the vault of gold coins. You are not beating them in the courthouse. These guys have mastered the craft of comedy in their show so well, they can make fun of literally anything. And when I say that, I mean that they literally made fun of the Muslim prophet Muhammad and had people literally threatening their lives. And they still didn't give a fuck, man. Like, you're not just gonna threaten them with, like, legal action or whatever and get them to back down, man. They took on China head on. They literally do not care about anything they say in their show. They will make fun of anything, anyone, anywho, anyhow, anywhere. And that's what's great about South Park. That's why people like me have continued to be fans of the show for so long. It holds you in. It captivates you. The social commentary is on point. The jokes are on point. The animation style is unique. Like, you're just not gonna get around it. I mean, like, even with, like, Kanye West, like, they just bullied the shit out of him in the first episode, right, of this season. They just got his ass good, you know, with the whole Cupid yay and everything, right? They're not coming to play around with people this season, and I love it. This is exactly what South Park needed. It needed to come into this season just fucking guns blazing, targeting people. And that's exactly what they did, and then now you got these two all fucking butthurt, getting all upset over some jokes on South Park. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. If I could get a whole episode of South Park dedicated to making fun of me, oh, dude, it would be a dream come true to have something like that happen, bro. If South Park even looks your way or, like, acknowledges your existence in any way, dude, you're like, you're famous, man. Like, and I guess that's the problem, right? Because, oh, we want our privacy. We're the royal family. We need our privacy and shit like that, right? I get it, man. But the episode makes a great point. If you want all this fucking privacy and you want people to leave you alone and you want to be out of the spotlight, then stop putting yourself in the spotlight. And ironically enough, that seems to be exactly what they're going to be doing again. Like, the whole point of this episode was if they just shut the fuck up, if they stopped going out and, you know, making events out of themselves and making a big deal about themselves, nobody would care about them, right? And then so their first reaction to that information is to be like, yeah, let's try to target one of the most beloved shows on television with a legal lawsuit. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man, just thinking about it, like, logically here, right? I'm assuming that South Park writers and, you know, the creators and everything, I'm assuming that they run their episodes by their legal team, which, like I said, the amount of money they probably got the fucking Avengers back there on their legal team, right? I'm assuming that legal looked over everything in the episode, you know, the script, the portrayals, and everything. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that anything that would be legally actionable is probably not going to be broadcast. And so with that being said, I can't really imagine what these two would even try to sue South Park for. Like, what crime was really done here? What injustice did they face? You know what I'm saying? They got fucking made fun of a little bit. There were some jokes about them. There were some cartoonish portrayals of them on a TV show. I don't even think they're named directly. Like, I don't, like, remembering back on the episode last night, it was late as shit when I watched it, but I don't even remember these two's names or anything being involved in the episode. Like, even in the article it says, like, they were referred to as, like, the Prince and Princess of Canada. So it just, like, I don't know what they really think they're gonna be able to do here. I'm not sure what the fucking, like, the next play on the chessboard is here for them, but I can't imagine anything except for just shutting the fuck up is gonna go well for them. Because if they come out and they complain about it, everyone's just gonna call them pussies and make fun of them because they couldn't take the South Park jokes. If they try to sue them, they're probably gonna get their ass kicked in the courtroom and they're gonna get bullied even more at that point. And then that also encourages South Park to keep making content on on them, which I mean, fuck it, bro. If they want to make another episode, do it. But it's just like, I don't know, man. None of it really adds up. None of it really makes sense. And of course, you know, this is just rumblings right now, but it's not like this is something out of these two's league. Like, this is just something they would never do, right? Like, they would never make a legal threat against somebody, right? Like, this is shit that they're up to all the time. And if we know anything about these two, it's that they love the limelight more than they love screaming about how they don't love the limelight, right? They constantly put themselves out there. They constantly portray themselves as something that they're not. They constantly give everybody the opportunity to fucking make fun of them and then want to shrivel up in a ball and cry. It's actually really funny if you think about it, because, I mean, all of this could just simply be avoided if they were self-aware, even enough to realize, like, yeah, maybe we're part of the problem, at least. Like, maybe we're kind of contributing to why everybody makes fun of us and shits on us. But to kind of circle back to the first thing I said, man, like, does anyone even really care about the royal family? Does anyone even fucking care about these people anymore, man? Like, the queen is dead. You know, she lived since, like, I don't know, George Washington crossed the Delaware or something. And I guess she was relevant for that, you know, and she, you know, oversaw the United Kingdom and Great Britain and everything for however long and whatever. But, like, in the modern day and age, does anyone give a fuck about the royal family, like, on a very genuine note? Like, these people are talking about, oh, we want our privacy, boo-hoo, baha, ooh, you know. Good, go get your privacy. Shut the fuck up and get off my screen, man. Like, I don't care. If you're not getting bullied in South Park or something, who cares, man? It's just, I don't know, like, as a longtime fan of the show, like I said, I've seen situations pop up, you know, where, oh, it's too controversial or people are mad, yada, yada, yada. It never goes well for these people. Like, you would think after, like, 70 different situations where people have tried to, like, get mad at South Park and do something about them and just miserably failed every single time back to back to back, you would think people would start kind of picking up on the idea, like, yeah, this is kind of just something you don't fuck with. But no, apparently even these people can't get the fucking clue. They can't get the hint, man. It's just insane. I don't get it, but when it comes down to it, man, like, I get it, right? Getting on your TV or whatever and seeing a new episode of South Park bullying the shit out of you, for a lot of people, man, that's probably like, oh, wow, that kind of hurts, you know? Wow, they're really making fun of us. But the one thing I don't get is, like, people not learning to just kind of, like, laugh at themselves, right? Like, you know, if you're in this situation, you get a whole South Park episode dedicated to you, just fucking laugh it off, man. Like, people are not going to sit around and constantly hassle you about it or anything, right? You know, it's funny for a couple weeks, and then, you know, the next episode comes out, and then whoever else is getting made fun of, they get shit on for a few minutes, right? Like, come on, dude. Anyway, with that being said, though, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. Thank you to my channel members. Your support helps my channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, talking about the new South Park episode that might get them sued, and signing out.